Welcome back to Let's Talk Aesthetics. I am your host, Navin Koushik. Yesterday, I had a chance to chat with Mr. Emmanuel, a client of ours who has traveled all the way from France for the third time to increase a little more density using synthetic hair implant. Now, let's see what he had to say about synthetic hair implant, how it has transformed his life, and above all, why choose Avatarluxe for a synthetic hair implant, whereas he can travel to any clinic in the world. Mr. Emmanuel, welcome back to Avatarluxe. So you're visiting us for the third time now.
Third or the fourth time, probably.
Third or the fourth time. So today we did about 1,000 hair implants just to fill up a few gaps in between, and we have also created your hairline with synthetic hair implant today. Now, before we get anywhere into the technical details, my first question, you're from Paris.
Yes.
You had access to pretty much every clinic in the world. Why Avatarluxe?
Avatarluxe is an image of quality. Why I come here is for the service. You remember I called you just 3 days before.
Right.
I told you I would be coming, but I called you and the service, even Dr. Ashrat, he called me this morning. This is what is important. Taking care of your client, just not industrializing the whole process. What I like about you is everybody knows me, who I am, and I feel important when I come over. And what I need, I get it.
Really great, and I think that's the only thing we also strive for as a brand. You've got about 1,000 odd hair, synthetic hair. We have created your hairline.
Yeah.
What does this transformation mean to you?
Self-confidence. To increase my self-confidence, and that's the main thing, the self-confidence. Because losing hair is, for some of them, maybe nothing, but in the business where I am, appearance and physical appearance is very, very important. Especially in Europe. Coming in from another country, in Europe you have to be 200% better than the Europeans, and this is the reason why we come.
Perfect. We are glad we could fix that for you and we could restore that confidence for you. So my next question is, you have undergone natural hair transplant, and today we have chosen synthetic hair. It's only because we do not have sufficient donor area anymore.
Exactly.
How has that synthetic hair implant helped you regain that confidence, or is it an advantage, or is it like a lot of maintenance, lot of struggle? How would you put it across?
I was talking to doctor before. I do not find any difference.
Okay. And
I see no difference with the synthetic hair and with my natural hair.
Perfect.
Sometimes yesterday I spoke to my sister and she said, which is the synthetic hair? She looked at my hair and said, which is the synthetic hair? So that is a sign of confidence. That's really an indicator for me, by saying, okay, everything is really emerged into it, and I can't make the difference.
Perfect.
Well, maintenance-wise, there's nothing much because I wash my hair every day.
Okay.
Just to keep it clean and hygienic, but there's not more maintenance other than that required.
I'm sure you must have checked a few other clinics across the globe who also do synthetic hair implant. If I have to ask you in terms of cost, how is it in Europe or maybe South America, which is one other popular destination where people go to get synthetic hair implant, and India? In terms of cost, is there a difference? Do you find it really, I'm sure you have come to India, so you find it worthwhile. Apart from the service at Avatarluxe, is the cost factor also something that you decide India for?
We have the synthetic hair process and technology in France, but each hair costs 10 euros.
Oh wow!
Each
10 times
10 times the price what I pay here.
What you pay here. All right.
And in Turkey is 4 to 5 euros per hair.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, there's nothing more needed as an argument to come to you where I get the service, where I get the special attention, where I get the quality of product. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
It's an honor for us to help you with that, Emmanuel. Also, one other thing, I've seen a lot of our patients come and tell us that, hey, you know what, I can get synthetic hair implant anywhere, right? Once I'm done with that, they're usually sent away just like that, and to manage on their own. But here at Avatarluxe, what we have made sure is we have a senior stylist who sits with you post your procedure. He designs your whole hairstyle based on your age, your personality, your profession. Is that something which how would you rate that service? Our salon services post your surgical thing?
10 on 10.
Yeah,
10 on 10 because
that's perfect.
I did it once in India in another center. One of your competitor, I do not want to name him, but for him it was just very mechanical.
Okay.
The implants were done, and he gave me a prescription, and he said, "Okay, that's the way out." And I had to take a flight. This was a few kilometers from here. I had to take a flight to come back to Bangalore, and it was very odd to have the implants not being dressed, and that was a very bad experience. Even though the implants were done, but what remains is, because everything is about how you look.
Absolutely.
So, and this service over here is something is very, very important. I esteem this because now I'm so free. I can go out, have lunch without being embarrassed. So this is what is very, very important.
Right. Just to make it clear for our audience, how long before did you get your surgery done?
10 minutes before.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's exactly how long before he got his procedure done. And how would you rate the overall facility at Avatarluxe, apart from our salon services, which we discussed already, be it the operation theatre, and also here, it's not the technicians who actually take charge.
No.
It's Dr. Ashrit, who's a plastic surgeon by himself. We have made it a policy that a client or a patient would directly be interacting with our surgeon, and anything from A to Z is dealt and directly by our plastic surgeon. So do you think, is there any scope of improvement or any feedback that you'd like to give us in addition to what we are doing already?
I would just give you one feedback. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing. There's nothing more to change because this is a great team. What I really appreciate is it's very true. It's not that Dr. Ashit starts the job and then he disappears and then the technicians continue. No. He's doing the job. He's there. He's talking to me. He's assuring me. He's informing me. That is very important. It's just not that he finishes his job and he goes away. Very down-to-earth person. I really appreciate that. And what I really appreciated, I did my last implants last year. 6 months later, he called me.
Okay.
He called me in France to find out how things are. That I really appreciated. I was in a meeting when I saw him call. I got out of the meeting, believe me. I did that. I got out of the meeting and I said, that touched me. That's the reason I'm coming over here. Your service, you know me by my first name.
Right.
I know you by your first name.
Right.
It's more like coming to a family and being well treated.
If someone who has lost his confidence because of baldness, now I'm asking you this because you have your own natural hair also transplanted plus synthetic hair. Do you think a hair transplant is something that can restore all his...
I do not know. Of course, there are many problems, but one of his problems of self-confidence with regard to his appearance with a hair transplant will be resolved for sure.
Perfect.
There's one solution.
Perfect. There's a lot of times when we go talk to a patient, we advise them, check the doctor's degree. It should be a plastic surgeon because end of the day, you're doing this to live the rest of your life happily.
Exactly.
And the whole procedure has to be a safe procedure and not something that, not a Black Friday sale that you looted on a discount, right? So what would your advice be to people watching this show, and how important should it be, to make sure that you go to a plastic surgeon for your hair transplant?
For sure. Dr. Ashrat is one doctor very competent. I listened to him 100%. Before the session, I asked him, if you say yes, I do it. If you say no, I will not do it. I told it to you, right?
Right.
So for me, it's very, very important. He's someone very competent of what he does. He does it very well. And I have 100% belief in the team over here. And these kind of clinics exist also in Paris.
Right.
For sure. They exist also in Paris. But you get into the clinic, you just want to find your way out. Believe me, it's not... People think Paris, France, high quality. No, not at all. And people think India, no. You have to come here to really find out. Check out the different witnesses, feedbacks of different people who have undergone these operations. You would understand very easily that satisfaction is at a high level. I mean, give a very, very, very good note on that.
I mean, this coming from a person who has had his experience in Istanbul, in Paris, and not just regular clinics, some of the top clinics in these countries that we are talking about. And if you are rating us top among all these places that you have visited, I think it's a very big honor for us already. And before the start of the case, I think we had planned about 1,500 hair. That's what you had told when you were taking your flight, right? But I think we stopped at only 1,000 hair today.
That's what I appreciated. It was not like, okay, it's 1,500, we would just do 1,500 and let him pay and get out. No, it was, that is the good advice, which I really appreciated. He said, no, this time 1,000 is enough. You get back, you see how it goes, you're satisfied, you can always come back, because I keep traveling in and out of India. And this is what I appreciate. This idea of not being taken for granted.
We're really happy you could spend some time with us today. And pleasure. In fact, a lot of these answers that you gave might create or ignite that confidence in a lot of people who might still be wondering, is it safe to undergo this transplant, or where to go ahead and plan this, or whom to go to. Today, whatever information you have shared with us, I'm sure it's going to help thousands of people. Really an honor for us to serve you, Emmanuel, and we'll see you soon, yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. If you think the information that you got in this video was helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. My name is Navin Koushik. I'm your host. Let's talk aesthetics.